It is a gorgeous night for soccer here in the state capital of Ohio as Columbus hosts Toronto for the last meeting between these two teams this season.
Dry Nelson tonight. You take a look at Toronto's starting lineup. It's the same lineup that got the win in Montreal, but it's a special night for Dominic Oduro.
Well, he's back in the place where he was traded from midway through this season, and he's been good for Toronto the last few games. Giancarlo Gonzalez had an outstanding World Cup for Costa Rica, and he's transitioned that into stellar play for the Crew here, where he's needed to be strong, having to play alongside a number of different defensive partners this year with so many injuries in the back for the Crew.
In our opening, the importance of this game when you take a look at the standings in the Eastern Conference. Toronto FC, yes, they have games in hand, but this is a game that almost becomes a must-win because of where these two teams have themselves positioned in MLS. The pitch, but his touch eluded him, and now it's Columbus coming back the other way. This is Finley with Higuain on the right side, taking the pass and working his way inside of Morrow, who now will drop back to the top of the 18 as Higuain puts on the switch over to the left side of the field as Waylon Francis has made his way up. Francis, one assist in the season, sends one into the sixth, and it's headed up over the bar. Adam Bedell, the 22-year-old from Michigan, got up for that one.
6'7", Adam Bedell, and obviously a target up front. Lots of space on the wing there for the ball to come in from Francis, and the marking not the tightest. A poor finish in the end from Bedell, who's just got the one goal on the year.
Henry straight ahead. Osorio bumped off the ball, lost it. Now it's a 3-on-2 the other way. Finley, wide right, into the 18, cuts inside, one-on-one, takes a shot, Bendick down to make the stop. Closed the pads, did Bendick on that one. Keeps us scoreless in the 20th minute.
And Ethan Finley with a really good chance there. He has points in 8 of the last 11. He's really been the man in form. Very quick player, good diagonal runs, and that time he cuts inside. And Bendick holds his ground. Wasn't the best of strikes, though, from Finley, who puts his head in his hands right now. Have another look at it here. Good ball from the outside of the right foot from Higuain. And look at the patience there as he cuts back, and Finley on his less favored left foot ends up putting it into the knees of Bendick, who'd gone to ground.
Halfway line, then turns the ball over. Michael Bradley playing rather high for Toronto. Spots a nice run. Dominic Oduro's got space to the 18. Oduro over top of the bar. He was one-on-one with the keeper at the end of the day, but he could not finish the moment.
And just as he did in DC, where he had a couple of clear-cut chances, he can't make the most of that perfect ball through.
Roberto can't get on the end of that one, but following up is Luke Moore for Bradley. Now Dominic Oduro on the right. Oduro, touch inside. Moore, nice little touch, and then Gilberto brought down as he tried to bring the ball down. Play continues, as is Dominic Oduro, who pulls it back across. Luke Moore stands on the ball, fires a shot, and it bounces right into the arms of Clark. Dangerous moment for Toronto FC, trying to get the first goal of the match, but it's not to be had there.
Good play from Oduro down the right side as he saw the opportunity to go one-on-one again against Francis. Cuts it back, and in space, Moore couldn't get all of it. Had the deflected shot easily stopped by Clark.
Former Houston Dynamo with a nice job, and he will partner up along with Oduro to get the ball into Columbus's half. Ahead now for Luke Moore. Gilberto this time is open. Here's Gilberto to the 18. Left-footed strike, and he's got the game's opening goal. Gilberto! TFC in the 43rd minute. Take a 1-0 lead.
Oduro with a simple ball inside, and Moore does the same for Gilberto. First touch, good with the left foot, and an even better finish as he finds it just inside that far corner. And Steve Clark flails at this one, can't get near it.
Set out swinger at the spot. And it's headed across the line, and another corner kick is given by the referee. Higuain with the ball quickly, puts it down. 2 steps away, trots to the ball. This one again to the penalty spot, headed down, and claiming handball is Columbus. And they're going to get the call, and racing out is Joe Bendick to argue. But the referee points to the spot. We'll need some luck and magic against Higuain. And he takes it and buries it for the Crew. Ryan Nelson off the bench looking to the referee, still doesn't believe the call.
Well, Higuain's not going to miss from here. side foots it and sends Joe Bendick the other way.
Bradley will switch the pitch to the far side. Jonathan Osorio on the ball, makes a nice turn inside. Gilberto plays it back. This is Warner. Warner looking for his first on the season. Top of the box, there's a crack on goal and just wide to the right of the net. Jonathan Osorio, top of the 18, gets himself in a great spot, but no goal in the 56th minute.
Excellent build up here from Toronto FC. First from Osorio there to chest the ball down, turn his man. He wanted to get the ball back there, but Warner does a good job of creating this chance here. And look at the space there and a good save from Clark.
For Channing. And Will Trapp will play it all the way back to Parkhurst, and the captain will chip it into Toronto's half. Hagelin beats that one with an unusual looking header, but he heads it down beautifully for Jonathan Osorio. Ahead to Gilberto. Warner makes a run. That opens it up for Luke Moore. Moore to the spot. Up comes Clark. He's lost the ball. And Jonathan Osorio has scored this game's second goal for Toronto FC, who take the lead in the 59th minute.
Moore, the touch gets away from him a little bit. Quickly off the line was Clark. But a fortunate bounce. And the ball's on the foot of Osorio in close, and he doesn't miss from inside the 6.
Brought down by Trapp for Gehrig on the right. Cross into the box. Michael Bradley is there. Jonathan Osorio out of trouble. Sends a long ball ahead. Gilberto now in a foot race with Gonzalez down the left side. Gilberto with reinforcements coming up the pitch. Turns the corner. Gilberto's into the box. Gilberto can't get it past Steve Clark. And he had a couple of targets. And he knows it, Gilberto does. Who's gassed and will just walk down within the 6-yard box.
Well, Gilberto does absolutely everything right here until the final decision, I think. Gets in behind Giancarlo Gonzalez. Makes a nice move, too, here near the touchline to get by the Costa Rican. And then the angle's very steep there. It looks as if he's trying to chip it into the area.
With this free kick, keeps it on the ground. Here's Finley, sends it into the mixer, and it's cleared by Toronto. Unable to skip his way around traffic, though, and there's a shot that deflects up over the goal, and Toronto players to a man running to the referee. Michael Bradley, heavy in the face of the official.
Well, he can't believe that there wasn't a foul called there on Miram against Luke Moore, who went down to the ground. And when so many Toronto players all at the same time go to the referee, you know, them being just a couple of yards away from the infraction are confident, as is Ryan Nelson, that that should have been a free kick called. In the end, it's Aaron Schoenfield who gets a good shooting opportunity. It's a well-taken set piece. Higuain finds Finley. The ball across there lands to Moore, and then that's where they thought the foul should have been called.
From Luke Moore, but Toronto have to pay attention to the scoreline here at 2-1. And Columbus pushing. This is Miram on the left side, onto his right foot. No cross yet. Francis. Miram, now it's on his right foot. Curls one in nicely! Bendick misplays it, and Miram ties it. Oh my goodness, in the 82nd minute. You didn't think it would go in that way, but it certainly was a dangerous moment the way that ball curled in.
A rather difficult one coming in from Miram, but Daniil Henry needs to get up and head that one away. Joe Bendick flopping at it late as it bounces just in front of him and into the corner tonight.
Michael Bradley wants this kick taken quicker. Here's a knockdown. It's in the back of the net. Luke Moore. And Toronto FC in the 84th minute off a corner kick, their first goal off a corner this season, regain the lead.
And the first headed goal from a forward for Toronto FC this year. And it's Luke Moore with a convincing header on a very good set piece from Colin Warner. As he dives forward, and despite tight marking, no one in front of Moore, and his glancing header goes in the perfect spot.
Toronto with a 3-2 lead. And a chance if they can close it out here, and that's a big if the way Columbus keep coming on. Here's Arrieta now with a crack, and Bendick will hold on to the rebound. Aaron Schoenfeld, who came on as a late substitution, playing up the pitch for the defender in Gehrig.
Will Trapp with a good ball forward, and then with the time to shoot, this time right at Bendick. Comfortable save.
There's a crack by Bradley, and Clark. And the final touch of this match, and Toronto FC pick up 3 extremely valuable points.